Not all the girls literally sliding as they fly. I'm pretty sure they're rendered in a scene separate from the background and just composited on top, and that's why it slides. I would say animating a flying character is easier than a character on the ground. That's up to personal preference. Either way, there is no sense of weight as the girls fly. Normally you'd have changes in speed and trajectory as the girls move. But here, it looks like they're literally just translated, and it's very robotic. I will say the Alfea interiors do look really good. Hello everyone, I'm Vikitor. I'm a 3D animator that loves to talk about Winx and animation. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back with the Winx Club Reboot. Okay, first of all, the opening theme changed. It is now the Winx Forever remix instead of Under the Design of Winx. I don't know how to feel about this. I do genuinely like the new remix, but now the opening theme and transformation song are essentially the same track. I would have preferred to get an Under the Design of Winx remix or something else altogether, but I can get over it. Ultimately, I still like the new opening song.
If I had a twin brother, wouldn't my parents have told me?
I am a little surprised by the fact that Bloom hasn't pieced together that she was adopted. The show also does not reveal that Bloom and Damien are royalty, to the point where I wonder if that will still be the case in this new version.
We steal Bloom's dragon flame for ourselves, then use it to get revenge. The whole willingly give up the flame thing doesn't work on the same person twice.
Which is interesting and actually gives him a pretty good reason to target Bloom. This shot of Icy is stunning. The simulation in the hair and the cape look really great. We actually see a bit more of this scene in this version, which was great. Mike was not even working his shift, he was just out with Vanessa, but he heard a crying baby and jumped in to save her.
You were meant to be our daughter, honey.
It's so touching. I always found Winx dealt with the adoption storyline very well, showing it as a great act of love. I am very happy the reboot did not mishandle it, and actually wrote it very well. Mike and Vanessa are and have always been incredible. I also like that in this version, Bloom didn't run away from Alfea, she specifically went back to confront her parents and brought her friends for support. I feel like that gives the moment more weight and more attention. Baby Bloom definitely looks different. It's again a matter of proportions. Her eyes are somehow smaller than teenage Bloom, even if that's literally the opposite of conventional character design. Young characters often have big round eyes dominating their face. Not here. They also look very far away from each other because of this. Also, did you notice in the montage, Bloom plays with a little Cosmix doll? Season 8 jump scare. Notice how in this shot the hair goes back to exactly where it was before, after Mike moves his arm away? That makes me believe that the hair here isn't simulated, but probably uses either controls or, more likely, a blend shape. Blend shapes are essentially alternative sculpts of a character or asset that can be toggled on or off to activate more specific deformations. That's not a bad thing, it's a very common tool in 3D, and this is actually a pretty great use case if they were having issues with simulation or just wanted to do it more quickly. If you're interested in an in-depth analysis of the 3D animation in Winx Club, I have a video specifically on that you should totally check out. The girls' friendship actually feels real. The girls have so much charm and personality in these scenes. Techni's pretty funny, and even if some gags like Musa eating too much ice cream are a little bit childish, it's better than the characters having the personality of drywall. What in the mystery of the abyss did I just see? Why are the tricks dancing? Was this meant to be like some sort of transformation sequence? Because I would be down, but not like this. Never like this. Anyways, moving on. I'm ignoring it.
I'm just glad you're okay.
It's a short scene, but it's really great for Damien's character development. You know what they say, if you want someone to like your character, have him be nice to animals. And it works. It's endearing.
Time to make up your mind, Blue.
The end of episode 14, a pretty good cliffhanger that starts back in episode 15.
Into the darkness.
They were just portals to Cloud Tower. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying this video. I'm still a small channel and it would really help out. And share this video with your Winxer friends if you think they'd be interested. Bloom's parents though are someone we as the audience care for, so getting them kidnapped does raise the stakes fairly well. I kinda wish we didn't see that they were at Cloud Tower right away, so there would be a little more mystery to this moment. What I do really like is that in this version, Bloom gives Icy her flame willingly. Even if she was in a situation where she was sort of forced to give it up, it still gives the character more agency, adding additional weight to Bloom being powerless. I really like this change. The design of the troll is a bit odd. I still don't know if I like it. It's definitely no Pepe. Man, I love that duck. But it is a cute plot. And it's actually kind of funny how creepy Hunter looks on the ice cream truck. Oof, that tree texture is not great. In nature, tree bark usually roughly follows the direction of the trunk or roots. This isn't right. Also, look at the lighting in the shot. The tree casts a shadow, but Flora's foot is bright and lit. This makes the characters look like they don't interact with the environment. Once again, they were probably rendered separate to the background without too much care for details like this.
Hunter, we need to find Icy and the tricks.
Why do they have a layer on Earth? Why is it a gym? Just don't question it, okay? They do. One thing I would like to point out is that the Winx use Hunter's help to find the tricks, though. Flora speaks to him. And this whole episode, Flora's been taken care of and talking to animals, which makes me worried that we just won't see Roxy in the reboot, possibly ever. That would be a shame because I do really like Roxy. But with Damien joining the crew and the other girls already not getting a lot of development, I could see how the squad might start feeling crowded. R.I.P. Roxy. In the original show, the flame adapted to the powers of whoever was holding it. We see this in Bloomix, but already in season 1 when Icy takes it, she still used ice. In this version, however, the flame is distinctively made out of fire, which makes for really cool visuals of Icy using fire and ice at the same time, as well as a very clear struggle to control it. It makes sense. Fire is so different from ice, and the tricks are still students. Seeing Icy struggle so much with the flame is very interesting, and while it may not portray the tricks as fiercely as season 1 did, I will take additional humanity and character development over it anytime. The fights in these 2 episodes have been really well choreographed. They are actually very fun to look at and show the characters' personalities. This fight in particular perfectly shows how powerful Icy is with the Dragon Flame, while also making it clear Vexys has a lot more control than she does. I dare even compare these fights to season 1 fights, which are generally accepted to be the best in the show. Even Damien kinda looks better, within the constraints of his design, which I'm still not the biggest fan of. I do have 2 questions though. One serious and one is probably just an animation mistake. Firstly, Bloom clearly has doubts about Icy's intention with the flames. Why don't the Winx just use the same spell they used on Damien 2 episodes ago, on her? That would immediately return the flame to her. The answer is probably plot convenience to give Icy some type of redemption, but I am counting it as a plot hole, because there's no way none of the Winx thought of that. My second question is why does Bloom KO Icy with a rubber ball?
This is unexpected.
Anyways, during the fight, we see some of the best character development in the reboot so far. Stormy and Darcy actually are worried about Icy, and Vexys starts discarding Damien as he's no use to him anymore since he can't get his flame. Damien clearly starts realizing this. As Bloom decides to help Icy control her flame, Icy also realizes her own limits and gives the flame back to Bloom. Anything but giving it to Vexys. It's these moments that I feel add charm and depth to the characters, since we see their reactions organically as the plot happens. No need to force them into a simulator room. Unfortunately, the Winx still get little to nothing, but at this point, the tricks are the stars. Convince me otherwise.
Riven, let him be.
Not sure if Riven arresting Damien is supposed to be read as a jerk move. It seems pretty reasonable considering everything that went down since the end of part 1.
Well, well.
Another great cliffhanger. What will happen next? This lighting is rough. The shadows cast on the characters are just not very intentional.
I'm putting up flyers for the school social tonight. You have to be there.
Honestly, kind of great. It reminded me of Halloween's, which is so iconic, such an iconic episode. So hopefully it gives those vibes. That's a really high bar. That's a really high standard. I'm not expecting it to get there. I'm not expecting the reboot to get there. But I like the nod. I like the nod. And it looks like she has a crush on Sky, which, sure, I guess fine.
I'm going to obliterate Bloom for the humiliation she put me through!
Probably not the most interesting way of dealing with the aftermath of the battle from the last episode. I was really hoping we'd see some type of change in Ice.
And we are talking about my actual brother here.
This is the first time that we see them have a relationship, really. In part 1, they did have a few moments where they were kind of like joking around. They were both kind of new to magic, or bad at magic at least. But it never got to this level. And I will say, seeing Bloom so protective towards Damien was really sweet.
First Diaspro, now her. Sky is some kind of magnet for mean girls.
We don't really see Diaspora doing anything awful. Like, sure, she's a bit spoiled, but she's not evil. She's not like the original Diaspora. It's weird. And also, Sky doesn't defend her. It's not great. It's not great.
I'm sorry. I messed up.
I definitely don't think she did anything wrong. Like, Vexius is a villain. But he's also Damien's adoptive father. They have this adoption history in common, both of them. I definitely hope he gets out of whatever toxic relationship he has with his father. But I think it's great that Bloom can empathize with Damien.
You're not the only one who can shape elemental powers to her liking.
It's kind of really powerful after that defeat that she would try and come back with her own element.
In my head!
Someone online, and I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was, I did not save that comment, compared it to akumatizing, which was really funny. Do I like the design? No. But I am so happy he transforms. He is our first boy to transform in Winx Club. Is he a fairy? No. I still really hope that he will become one, kind of like Myrta did.
It's okay, Techna. We'd love to go to Zenith with you.
My parents can't break away from the lab today.
It seems to be justifying why Techna would be so cold. Not directly, but it gives context, which I appreciated. Techna in the reboot is starting to feel a little bit like Aisha in original season 2. The way she was very lonely and had a hard time fitting in the group. It does suit her.
She asked us to build a firewall barrier around her heart.
I was crying. I am actually enjoying this, and I'm really happy about that. And the exploration of Techna's character, once again, is feeling organic, tied to overall plot, and it does not feel forced. While I grew up with and do feel nostalgia for the original Techna, I honestly feel the reboot does a better job with her character. And I am so sorry, please don't come for me in the comments. Again, I love the original Techna. If I were rewriting the reboot, if I were rewriting Winx, I would keep the original Techna. But looking at the writing, this Techna feels like she's written better. Not that the original wasn't well written, but I think it's because she got so much less attention, especially her character development, which was mostly in season 2. It only got little snippets. Here we're getting a full episode, and it feels very organic, like I am enjoying myself.
Yeah, not what I expected for sure. I need a minute.
Now there's a Sky for everyone. Bloom can get her Sky, Diaspora can get her Sky, Mitzi can get her Sky.
So I have no choice but to expel you.
Good for her. I do hope the Tricks get a redemption arc this time, but also they totally deserve the expulsion.
Are you gonna cry?
So interesting. I am genuinely loving what they're doing with Icy in this reboot. I know that Bloom is the strongest of them, but why is everyone else not training? Alright. Those skin pores though, so good. Again, some elements of the 3D animation just look amazing. Like, Bloom is so pretty.
Flame shield!
Let's go! Again, why are they not doing anything? Why is Bloom the only one training?
Pura Lux Prevelio.
What is Pura Lux Prevelio?
Pura lux prevelio. Pure light prevails. Come on, Bloom. You can get it.
I brought some friends.
We really want to be here to support Bloom.
Thank you.
The company of light.
I love the art style that they use for the flashback. I will say, still not a huge fan about the fact that King Oritel completely overshadows Queen Marion in this reboot.
I see that same bond today between you girls.
Aww, the modern company of light. Did he suck the darkness out of Omega? Absolutely awful timing. Are they gonna think that it's her? her fault.
Ugh, I don't need you looking after me.
Oh, is this corrupting the students of Althea? Why is this having no effect on the actual Winx girls? I freaking hate that Chihuahua. I'm so sorry, since like episode 2 or 3, whenever it appeared. It's interesting though that Vexus is using Althea's own students against the school. It's similar to how Valtor hypnotized the Witches of Cloud Tower in the original season 3, but Vexus is actually doing it at Althea against Althea, which is cool.
Die!
Did he say die? OMG, please, Dark Bloom make a comeback. It would be so cool. Or anyone. Honestly, just give me a dark transformation.
I knew letting you go free in Gardenia was a mistake.
Not Riven literally being the best person in the cast after being absolutely awful and misogynistic in the original. Like, I don't know what happened here.
His heart is eager for darkness.
Is it though? Is his heart eager for darkness? This, once again, one of those moments where the reboot just treats the characters as if they were the old characters, but they're not. It's a whole new thing.
I won't let this spell take over again.
I kinda hope it takes over, honestly. Spreading your wings and wishing for the sky.
My loyalty is to my father and his dark cause.
I don't know that it makes sense for Damien to be into his father's dark cause. Like, I understand he would side with his father, but not necessarily because he's evil. I feel like he was always just kind of tricked into it. It's kind of weird to just see him be evil.
You couldn't even control the changelings when they got loose.
Oh my god, wait. I love the fact that the spell is going against Damien instead, because now everyone's just suddenly a bully and so mean. And Loki, deserved.
We're getting closer.
We're getting closer is so funny. She's been walking for half an hour now. 3 business days.
Who said we're friends with her? What?
Alright, Aish and Tekna, no need to be that aggressive.
You think you're better than us.
I feel like this is them talking to season 6 Bloom, just hogging the screen time.
Cura Lux Prevelio.
Aww. Aw, this is kinda cute. It's sorta the same thing that they did to Bloom back when she became Dark Bloom. Except that this time it makes more sense because they've known each other for long enough. But yeah, this is sweet. And I like that she didn't actually need to use the spell to save the day. I mean, I guess she did, but not to the extent that she was trying to at the beginning. It would have felt a little jarring if all of a sudden, with the wings she failed, but by herself she could do it.
Cura Lux Prevelio.
Or I guess not. I guess just ignore everything I said.
We did it.
You did it, Bloom.
You did it, Bloom. I guess she did. Alright, cute. It's really great though that in this version of Winx in the reboot, everyone becomes dark at some point, even if it's not as cool as Dark Bloom, they don't have a transformation or anything. It's really awesome because at least they can empathize with what Bloom went through, whether in the original they never really could. Although, I do wish that they had a Dark Winx transformation. It would have been amazing, honestly. This is really giving Secret of the Lost Kingdom, and how Riven got bitten by that bug and brainwashed. Except that this Riven, once again, it's not part of his character. It doesn't really make much sense for him, so it feels a bit forced. I really don't like it. But overall, I actually enjoyed the episode. It flew by, which is, I guess is a good sign. I did not get bored. I cannot stand this song.
The wings like the way the chorus.
The soundtrack is overall really good, but not the song.
It's so gorgeous.
What is that light triangle on Flora's forehead? It's a small thing. Obviously, this daytime lighting is fine. But usually, if you were lighting to the characters, you would, if anything, have a little triangle on the cheek. This just kind of feels random, which makes me think that they just put the characters in a pre-lit scene. It's a small thing and it totally makes production faster, but it does also make it less intentional and therefore less aesthetically pleasing.
You're blocking the sun, Bloom.
Oh, Sorry.
The lighting setup definitely looks better in this scene. I think part of it is just adjusted in compositing. If you know how 3D works, you would usually get renders out of a 3D software. This is pretty much the raw scene. And then compositors would take it and add lens flares, particle effects, and generally color correct the image. And I love these slower moments where you see Musa playing guitar, Stella sunbathing, their personalities shine.
This year's midterm exam will be a self-defense test. Test partners have been chosen at random.
Oh, great. It's me and Diaspro.
See? For once, they actually used this situation to create drama. Now we get to see Diaspro and Bloom taking a test together. It's a self-defense test. I'm not sure whether they have to fight or fight someone else together, but I'm excited to see where this goes. Why are all these tests on Domino? And I'm assuming it's Domino because it was frozen in the original, and also it's where Damien's and Bloom's fears were set in the first simulation test from the reboot. Why is the test taking place there? Anyways, they probably had to reuse assets, and honestly, 3D is a lot of work. Good for them.
Lame.
I can't, I'm so sorry. Her model is just not it. Look at the quality of the hair, or lack thereof. Regardless of the shape itself, which I'm not a huge fan, but that's a conscious choice. That's character design, it's not a mistake. But you can see from the way the light hits the hair, it's not shiny, it's not smooth. That's because it's super bumpy. There is a specific control that makes it more frizzy, which normally should be used. It does make it more realistic, but I think they just bumped it up way too high for Diaspro. It just looks rough.
There were a few close calls, but...
Oh my god. This would have made sense in the original. Here it's just cause Riven's brainwashed, which does remove agency from the character.
One more altercation like this, and I'll see that you're kicked out of the specialist for good.
Dang.
We all know Riven has a temper.
No, we don't. He never had a temper in the reboot. Please stop defining him by the things another Riven did in the original show. He's just literally brainwashed by Vexus, and because they think he has a temper, I betcha no one's gonna realize that he's acting weird, unlike when, for example, Bloom was acting weird. The changelings are so cute though. This is just my personal preference, but I don't really care about these two. Where are the tricks? We haven't seen them since they got expelled. They're the villain I care about. Show us. Show us. I want to see too.
Could this be where I'm from?
Aww.
I don't want to be a fairy. I feel like I'm a witch.
Why is she a fairy? That's crazy that any preference of darkness makes them a witch or a warlock. And it's also crazy that Diaspro doesn't have any darkness.
You, Diaspro, are a spoiled princess with a mean streak. That doesn't make you witch material.
I guess that's fair though. Harsh, but fair. I guess darkness doesn't inherently mean being rude or mean. Some of the witches, including Griffin herself, are fighting for the light, using their dark powers. There they are. I missed them.
Attach this gem to the control panel, and Bloom will be defenseless against your attacks. See?
This is a partnership I care for. The Trix and Diaspro, oh, we're on. See, of course their plan is more interesting than Vexus's. Alright, I'm hyped.
Hydra Beam! Firewall!
Yes! I love to see them fight. I know it's for an exercise, but still. Alright, that was kind of funny.
Either we both fail,
Or we can pass together.
Cringe. They were supposed to fight. I was kind of in for it.
You stole Sky from me.
I didn't steal Sky, Diaspro. He chose to break up with you.
Bloom has a point here. In this reboot, she didn't do anything wrong with Sky, which is a complaint in itself, but in this context, Bloom is right. I do like to see vengeful Diaspro, not gonna lie. Is this the show or my connection? Okay, it's probably my connection. I wasn't expecting Diaspro to actually almost defeat Bloom. That's kind of crazy.
I've posted 2 specialists outside your door. You'll be safe.
I bet you she's gonna come in from the window. 100%.
Torta is looking for you. Get going.
Or this. I'm starting to think that Damien's model isn't that bad. It's just whatever he's wearing that's awful.
Arms of the earth!
Is there really nothing more between Damien and Flora? They kind of dropped that storyline. I really hope it comes back. It was also pretty much the only thing Flora had going on for her in the reboot, at least in terms of character development. Oh, he goes with Bloom. That was so close. Oh, they're dead. Where were the Winx? I thought they were behind her.
I'm the one who gets to decide if I'm a witch or a fairy. And I have decided.
Alright, this is terrifying. Doesn't she kind of look like Sid from Toy Story? Mind you, that movie came out in 1995. I think it's the mouth, specifically. The corners of that mouth are actually an animation mistake. You see how the bottom teeth arch around the face? Well, the cheeks should follow that arch. Right now, they're just straight. So we have the corners of the mouth pretty much outside of her mouth. It looks weird. It's not correct. Also, is this storyline of Jasper wanting to become a witch or a Trix not exactly what happened in season 6? I don't remember it too well. Ooh, I love this. She's the anti-Murda. I love that she actually becomes a witch. That's an interesting outfit. I wish we didn't have as much glow so that I can see it better. It doesn't hold the candle to the Trix's outfits, but I'm open to it. I like the change, and I always like a different transformation, so... Alright, that was the last episode of part 2 of the Winx Club reboot. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying this video. I'm still a small channel and it would really help out. And share this video with your Winxer friends if you think they'd be interested. I'm Vikitor, I'm a 3D animator that loves to talk about Winx animation, and bye bye!